We're back, and as the song goes, it's the best time of year to have another, brother. Hey.
Summer's here.
Summer's here. Well, summer's here unofficially.
Right.
Welcome to episode 10 of the Vibecast, a podcast celebrating the early 21st century Philadelphia music phenomenon called Chico's Vibe.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm your host, John Parkinson. I'm here, as usual, with producer Matt Kelly. And Matt, we're coming up on June 2022, and it's time of year to break out, your Beach Boys playlist and start thinking about a trip to the Jersey Shore, specifically the Sea Isle City.
Yes.
Right.
The Havertown of the Jersey Shore.
Yes.
The deep Delco.
That's
of Jersey
right.
Shore.
Or if gas is too much, you can go to that hidden beach haven, yes, in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Where else?
Yeah.
Called Valley Beach.
True.
But you want to do that to see live the guys we have with us today. Little known fact, the Delaware County Tourist Bureau named these guys the official Beach Boys of Delco. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's a new era for the Ardmore Boys of Summer and the South Philly Sun King. That's right. That's right. Dennis Cicchino, John Gephardt, and Ed Mount of Chico's Vibe. It's a new era because we refuse to be bumped by Tiffany ever again.
That's right.
Ever. You should see us in our Speedos when we get down there.
If we ever wanted to end a gig early, we could.
Yeah, right.
You could test the white balance of any camera with me and my Speedo.
But to give our audience a heads up for what's on tap today, it's another Chico's Vibe, the Netflix series episode. And since we're talking sun and sand, it took me a second. Like, what was that? Since we're talking sun and sand, I thought we'd do an episode, plot an episode based on our experience in the Bahamas. So as Gabby reminded me, we had, we'll talk a little bit. We had two trips to Breezes in the Bahamas and one cruise where we stopped in the Bahamas. But I think we're going to focus. The cruise is going to be a different episode. We're going to focus on Chico's Vibe at Breezes in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Subtitled Adventures with Funky D.
Funky D. Yeah.
And then we're going to have a special episode from producer Matt Kelly. I know a little bit about that, but I'll let that reveal as a surprise when we get there. Then we're going to talk about our songs from the set list. This week it's Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
The new version.
The new version.
The one that you found.
Oh, yes.
Drop That Gorgeous.
The Drop That Gorgeous version.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. We're going to roll that out at Rose Tree Park.
We never really did it for the priest last night.
No.
They would have loved it.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, so that, if we have time, we may do another Love It, Keep It, Trash It.
Yeah.
If we have the time. It depends on how long. The Bahamas discussion could go 2 minutes.
That could go way off.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're building up episodes. I don't know how many we have, but
I don't know.
we're going to be ready to go.
All right.
So it's Chico's Vibe in the Bahamas. I don't know if you remember, we made, as we talked about, we made two trips to the Bahamas. One was January 2009.
Sounds like a Partridge
Right.
Family episode or something.
Yeah.
See him getting
or the
off
Brady's go to Hawaii. Chico's Vibe goes to the Bahamas.
Yeah, right. January 2009. Yeah.
And then the second one was February 2016.
And what a trip that was.
I'm trying to remember who the guest stars were on those episodes, though. With Jim Backus, he was in the one.
Tattoo was in it.
Marianne.
Was Tattoo in the Brady?
Marianne played by
Jim
Lou
Burke.
Burke.
And Tony Dow.
Because the second one was it was
As the Beaver. Wait, no, that's Jerry Mathers.
Jerry Mathers, right. Hey.
Who was Dal? The
That was
brother?
the brother. Yeah, the old
Hugo
Wally.
Mott, Tony
my God,
Dow.
talk about the train can't even
Yeah,
find the rails.
no.
I mean,
We're already off the rails.
All right, find the rails. Come
So go ahead.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
the second one was a Super Bowl weekend. It was
Yes.
the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
yeah,
That was fun.
The first one was fun, but it
Yeah.
was an experience. There were all
Yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to see if you guys could set the stage for how the first one happened. So we got a lot of people to sign up. I think there was a travel agent, got people on the plane. We had a bus chartered from the plane. And we had our own Chico's Vibe beach towels.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Which Ed Mount informs me he still has one.
I do too.
I don't have one.
It's huge.
They're enormous.
Yeah, they're enormous.
Yeah. But do any exist? I have a feeling there's a warehouse full based on things I've learned about.
No,
Could
I
be
know
in
I have
litigation.
one or two.
Okay.
You'd have to ask Karen Rawlings.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of how the trip came about.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
we
it was.
just played her son's wedding down at the Ben Franklin. And if you guys remember, we're playing the first song, which was Into the Mystic, their first dance.
And the power went
The
out.
power went out.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I jumped off the stage with my acoustic guitar, unplugged it, and went out and started playing. And you horn players came out and followed me.
Yeah.
And we just surrounded the bride and groom and played the rest of it.
That was with Vaughn.
Yeah, of course it was with Vaughn. He needed like 50,000, like 20.
We needed
amp
1.1, 21 gigawatts of power.
He's like, no.
So,
You seriously going to give me a problem with this?
Everybody in the Ben Franklin house condos.
Remember, they would always ask us, do you guys really need a Tesla coil, like going at full power? And we're like, yeah, that's how it powers the system.
Anyway, Karen Rawlings, who was the groom's mom, loved the band so much, and her friend Tammy Louvner, they used to go down to Breezes all the time. Like they would go down like once a month, and they start saying, "You guys got to come down, and they would love you down there, and a great place, and blah blah blah." So we looked into it, and then they came up with the idea of getting these gigantic beach blankets and selling them to finance the trip. And I think we gave more of them away than we actually ever
that fell
sold.
through.
Yeah.
I didn't sell one, to tell you that. I mean, I probably
now
gave
it comes
10
out.
away.
That's like the thing at the end of the episode. Chico did not sell
Well,
any
we didn't.
beach.
Well, that's the thing. We didn't have anything to do with
That's
those.
true, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's like another extra part to that story from a couple years later, which Ed could tell you about next episode.
I don't think we need to go into that.
Yadish became sort of our director of activities.
What?
The submarine boat.
Yeah, which I want to say I did not know anything about.
Well, you could blame Yadish.
Yeah. I didn't even know about it.
I did
went
that the
to
second time.
McClellan.
Well, I think it is one of his secret societies. He's in a couple of them.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And he told me never to.
Right.
I know there was
cool,
the
man. We actually got to see sharks in the wild, like out in that. And I never went in the water after that.
I remember the guy on the boat going every time we would, and over there was Oprah's house. Yaman.
Oh my
Yaman.
gosh! Every house we passed was somebody else.
$1.2 million.
Yeah.
Yaman.
Price of it, too.
Well, in Key West, they're like, Roy Schreider has a house here. Like, I think he's been dead for about a decade now. Might not be his house anymore.
But
I didn't even know he was dead.
I'm
The
sorry.
guy from Jaws.
Yeah.
No kidding.
we get down there. One thing I remember, so we all got on the bus and headed over, and we pulled in. And the roads were kind of nuts down in the Bahamas. They just are. And I think you're on the other side of the road down there too. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But I remember getting there, and we looked nice on the outside.
Yeah.
And then we got in, and I don't know who said it, but there was a bunch of us. We had to stand there and wait, and they had our luggage, and somebody goes, "This is like the 23 East, but on the Bahamas." I think you're right.
It could have been Kathy DiGirolamo.
Okay. Yes.
I do remember it was cold.
Yes.
It was not like you could go out in shorts and a T-shirt and sit on the beach. I mean, we did.
Yeah.
But it was chilly. You didn't really
It was
go
February,
swimming.
I think, wasn't it?
January.
It was January.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we're in the Bahamas, so we're kind of hoping for better. But yeah, it was cold.
Yeah.
One
It
of my
was still-
favorite pictures is, speaking of beach towels and cold, and the Sun King is Ed Mount. He's just like wrapped like a
Head to
mummy in
toe.
beach towel.
Absolutely no sunlight could touch me.
He looked like an actor in The Invisible Man. You know? They wrap him up so you can see him.
But there was, on the beach, was the Denison it was the first Chico and Gebby trapeze act we
that was
created.
incredible.
Because there was a trapeze on the beach.
That was horrible when the keyboard hit that guy.
It was it was epic.
Guys, they did it with
epic.
their instruments, folks, which they shouldn't have done.
I was playing scenes and I'm flipping. Unreal.
Bottle of red.
Sue McClellan did the trapeze. Sue Gillespie. She went up and did the trapeze. Yeah.
Should we call her up? We can,
Sue Boyd Gillespie.
Yeah.
Boyd McClellan Gillespie.
McClellan Gillespie. Yeah.
I got a story about her too.
Does it have to do with
when we
Bahamas?
get to
The Bahamas?
the jet skis?
Yeah, I got
we
a
can
story
get
about
there,
that
'cause
too.
Didn't Matt Gallagher?
Yes.
I think it was Matt and D-Val were the trumpets, or maybe
Was it D-Val?
who was the other trumpet?
You're right. Yes, it was Dave D-Val.
Okay.
Because I had a story about him too. But anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Him and his girlfriend, who's his wife now.
Well, you could partake in certain illegal activities.
oh
and,
yeah, they're legal down
but
there.
Might have been legal down there.
Yeah. Well, illegal in the States.
Yes,
if you want
yeah.
to say. In some states. But yeah, the only way you could acquire it was by going into the bathroom and getting a toilet paper tube
Oh geez.
and exchange. I think
Toilet
Dave
paper
can
tube,
confirm that. but
Bowl.
That's
the
that's how
cash.
that's how you exchanged the
Oh.
goods.
What if the guy just made it up just to make him look like a jackass? You must go to get me toilet paper center. On one side chiclet, the other side Starburst. It will make sense.
They did have.
And then he just laughs.
I just remember that the beaches were covered like with vendors.
Yeah.
Like people just selling shirts,
Yeah.
seashell necklaces, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I had long hair at the time, and one of the women on the beach kept coming up. I can braid your hair.
Oh.
I'm going, no, I don't need a braid. Oh, yes, you need a braid for your hair. Look at all these things I could put in. I'm like, I don't want a braid for my hair.
I think I would have liked to have seen you
would've been
completely
cool.
in braids.
I would have paid her to give you
Yes.
braids.
My brother had a Batman T-shirt, and on the beach, the guy went, "Hey, Batman, Bruce Wayne likes Cubans." He tried to sell it. My brother's like, "No, I'm good.
Wait, your sister went and lost her luggage, right?
Yeah,
Just
all-
remember that.
none of the
Oh, yeah.
luggage arrived from the flight. So I think it was like the firefighters that took up a collection for her. And she went to the.
Oh, they were
had a
all
good
there.
Christmas.
See, that's why I said there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
We did have
I
the firefighters go.
I think it was some of the
Oakmont
firefighters'
guys.
wives
Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
gave her a few things.
Because that's when, not to jump the gun, but Mags McGoldrick broke
Yes.
his leg down there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Off
He
the
came
stage.
on the stage to sing My Girl
Yeah.
and walked off not realizing where the steps were to get off that stage.
Right, and there's no medical in the Bahamas.
That's right.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Poor Max.
So he just had to suffer through
Hey,
the
we had
rest
Tommy
of the trip.
Moran, like
Like if you ever played Super Mario Brothers when he falls off the edge of the video game, that's exactly what Mags did.
Because we kind
He
of did
fell
laugh
off the
when
edge of the video game, and just
Man.
was there Joe Chester,
Joe Chester was there.
Mike
How'd you do
Kelly,
that?
a bunch of firemen and their wives.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I remember getting there, and I don't know if we had to play that first night, but I think George went, and I think George
We did have to play that first
and
night.
George went right away to see what the sound system looked like.
Yeah,
and it was
a mess.
Yeah,
It was
And,
just pieces.
like when you
Well,
look
he
at
had-
it, this sound happened.
He had brought some of his stuff on the plane, but that was the guy. It wasn't Funky D. I forget who my contact was.
Right.
And I was in touch with that guy. He got all the gear for us.
Oh,
Rented all the gear for us, but had no idea how to set anything up. Oh boy! And yeah, so
but it worked.
we
out.
spent we got there, got in our rooms, and then George and I spent like the
That's
next
right.
2 hours
Yeah,
getting the stage set because we did play that night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of bringing stuff on the plane, I remember I might have, because it's international terminal. I might have been walking down with Ed, and we saw Dom. Dom went on the gig,
Yeah.
and the first thing we said to each other is, "Oh my God, he has the pad." He brought the pad. He's carrying it on the plane, and just visions of, "You got the groove," over and over.
Come on, come on. It's just him alone in his room. Come on, you got the groove. You got the groove. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna use that one.
So talking about the guys on the beach, the vendors on the beach, right? So Gabby and I said, let's go get a couple jet skis. We saw jet ski guys down like in front of the next resort. And we got a whole bunch of people to come with us. Ed, you were there, right?
Yeah.
And my sister Donna
was
there.
Because you did the haggling. You're like, listen, I got all these people. We want to go water skiing.
We go
Give
over,
me a deal. He was just like doing that. I was just in awe.
Bahamian guys were like,
and it was everything down there was that
It was
way.
a deal, yeah.
Yeah, there was no like official thing. It was just, hey, this guy's got jet skis. Come on over.
I actually liked bartering with the guy better than the jet ski experience, to tell you the truth, because I go over and he's like, "Oh, $75."
Because you did that like yelling at Matt voice. It was great. He's like, look how many people I got ready to go jet skiing.
Come on, you can't even charge us that much? No way. Look, I got like 10 people.
And the guy's just like,
I forget what the price ended up being, right? But everybody is supposed to have
up something.
Life preserver, right? They're supposed to have one per person. And everyone's supposed to have one of those wristbands that connect to the automatic off switch. So when you fall off,
The thing doesn't.
shuts down.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so we go over and he's throwing out these like disgusting life preservers to everybody, and he gets down to it and there's like just one left, and it's like between me and Sue Gillespie. And I said, "Oh man, what do you just have one left?" I go, you can't get on a thing. And come on, man, you know how to swim, right? I said, "Yeah, I know how to swim. Yeah, sure." So he gives it to Sue, and then he doesn't have any of these things left either. The wristband things, the automatic turnoff thing. He goes, "I can tell, man, you know how to drive one of these. You don't got to fall off." I'm like, yeah, all right. So I get, I'm out there like with no protection at all, and we're going. So somebody made a video of it. It might have been, was Leanne there? Donna made a video of it.
Look, see, the crowd just keeps expanding and expanding.
Yes. So I'm watching the video like later on, I guess, when we got home, and you see Gabby going by like,
no, I didn't. I actually didn't do them because right before
Wait
that,
a minute. Wasn't you?
I didn't know because right before we were playing volleyball, we were recreating Top Gun, the volleyball scene on the beach, and I actually hurt my back.
It must have been Matt Gallagher.
Well,
Yeah,
it cracks me up because there is video of Matt getting on his.
I got a story too.
He was getting on his
the jet ski.
the jet ski, and you see it, and it won't go. And slowly, all of a sudden, it starts tipping to the side, and he goes in. The thing flips over. And he was like, the guy's telling him, do this, do that. And Matt's like, it's not doing it. And the thing's turning over. But go ahead. So
No, I was just because I had never done it before. So I'm out there, and the guy says it's real sensitive, and I'm gunning it, and I'm not moving that fast. And I'm like, and I'm starting to go nose up.
Oh, no.
too, like this. And the guy's yelling from the shore, hey, come back. So I turn around, I go back, and they look, and all the seaweed and gunk was all, so they're ripping it out, right? And they hand it back to me, and I gunned it just like I had the whole time. And I went, and I was like, so that could have been me that went.
That's what I saw a couple people go like zooming by, including myself, because I'd been on those things, 1,000 times.
I didn't know
You
this.
see like three all over the place, and then you see Sue McClellan and her friend. Who was she?
it was,
with?
oh, God. They lived
Patricia?
across the street from me.
Cazone, Patty Cazone.
Patty, yes.
Patty Cazone. They're like doubling up on one, and you see them come into the frame.
I totally remember that.
Oh,
The
that's
tortoise
awesome.
and the hare.
Oh God, that was hysterical.
That's great.
So that was our jet ski experience.
That's
I
good
forget
stuff.
how much we paid. Did you take the seaweed home, Ed? That those guys
I
pulled
should
out
have.
of
I could have made like a whole
They,
nice
they
necklace.
made a
out-
necklace out of it, I think.
the girl on the beach. I
Yeah.
could make a necklace.
And how many people from your family went? Because I remember Sue and Kelly went. That's back when they
Both-
still did
both
stuff
my
with us.
both my parents went.
Yeah, yeah.
And my
right.
sister, Rosemary, Sue went,
Yeah.
and also my mother-in-law, her boyfriend,
Oh, yeah.
and his children. Gab, you have like 42 sisters. I think all of them. came,
Right. That's
right?
right.
Just the one.
Oh, just the one. Oh, right.
No, I had G and her husband Tim, my cousin Anita and her husband Frank.
Right, I
They were
remember that.
They were all there.
I think Chantel's parents.
Chantal's parents,
went.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's
And-
count
and
up
a-
everybody.
and a
then.
couple. I know there was a wedding couple.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of
It
the
wasn't.
the
It wasn't
second
until the
time.
very last day
Second
they
time
said
was rough. Yeah.
Al Roth was there with.
Yeah, we might have had 100.
Let's go with 100.
We
Yeah.
might have had 100.
The first time we had a big crowd. The second time we did not.
Yeah,
That
we
was
did
where, like I said, Sue in those texts today. What? How did people get so jaded that they didn't want to go the second time?
Yeah.
But we had fun. Well, let's talk about the performance though, because we
Dominic had some friends, and one couple left.
Yeah, they went to the hotel.
He said this place is a dump. or
Yeah, they went
something.
like
Well, I
hotel
mean-
2 doors down.
we don't want to get sued by breezes, but it was an appealing dump. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You went in. The first thing you saw was the daiquiri slushy machine, which
I
we,
Which
loved
were
it.
24 hours. You could just, I swear to God, Matt, everything would close, but the slushy machine would stay open. You could
They
be 2
always-
o'clock in the morning and walk down from your room and like, I'm going to get a slushy. It was alcohol. Yeah.
One restaurant always stayed open. It was like the cafeteria or
it was
something.
the
Oh, yeah.
buffet cafeteria downstairs. The
Yeah.
food was pretty good. It was like
Yeah.
island food, plantains.
Yeah, it was like
and-
a-
I ate a lot of those little
buffet.
square carrot cakes that are just like an inch by inch, and it's really
Plantains were the
it's almost
best.
like imitation cake. It's just mush, I ate a lot of those.
You have a very sensitive constitution too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's true.
But I think we performed twice the first time
Yeah.
we were down there. They were pretty good shows, right?
Yeah, pretty good shows.
And then one time there was like a preview show where there was like an island
Yes,
presentation.
and they
An
did
act came in.
with fire.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they looked
Yeah.
like they were in mummers costumes.
And it was
kinda,
like, what are they
but
called? Juckaroo?
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. What was it?
Junkaroo, I think, or something like
Junkaroo,
that.
Yeah.
They came in with they had drums and
Yeah.
they did a dance and the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool. Yeah.
And that's where we got our fire limbo
Yes.
idea,
Yes.
where we light
Yes.
up the trombone.
right.
And I remember who the Junkaroo guy pulled up to do the limbo on fire. It was Jody Allman.
Oh.
Even Jody was there.
Yeah.
And he had to I think it was he got into the limbo position. He's like 2 inches off the floor.
Yeah.
And she laid on top of him.
Oh.
Like backwards,
Yeah.
And that's how they did it. They went under the limbo pole that way. And she was all like island up, really cool island outfit and the whole deal. So she looked like part of the act. But I remember that sitting there like, yeah, Jody, good job.
Very cool. And then we played with I guess he was a regular act there. All I
Yeah.
ever knew him as was Funky D.
That's all we
Yeah.
knew him as. He was a cool guy.
He was very good.
Yeah, Funky was
He
great.
did a couple numbers with us.
His name is David.
Yes.
Funky David just doesn't
Davey.
have that same.
David.
David Johnson, I think.
I'm trying.
I think his actual first name is Funky. It's short.
Last
short
name is David.
It's short for Funkerford. Funkerford David.
Funky was cool. We got
I'm
some great
Funkerford
pictures with him.
Davidson, the entertainment director here at
Oh
Bruises.
man.
Oh, boy.
You should try Funky D. Yeah, that's it. Funky D.
But then I kind of don't remember coming back. Maybe we were just. Wait a
We
minute.
never
No,
did.
I do remember coming back because the Eagles were in the NFC Championship against the Cardinals. And we were on the plane, and we were trying to get.
Oh yeah, we were trying
cell
to get the
phone
game.
reception
Yeah.
on
And
the
then we
plane.
got back and they lost.
They had lost.
But all in all, I had a great time on that first trip.
Me too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun because you also knew it was February. and even though it wasn't,
it was January.
I'm sorry, I did it again. And even though it was January, it was a getaway.
It was fun. It was
yeah. I think we missed the snowstorm too, or was that?
I think you're right.
Well,
I think we just missed something.
Snowing. It was real cold when we left. Because I remember me and Matt drove down together and parked. In the, I don't know if it was short-term parking or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you have to stop at
Me
McDonald's
and him,
on the...
we did. Yeah. We went to there and then Taco Bell.
And then shortly thereafter, Matt Gallagher quit Chico's Vibe.
Yes.
But the second time, maybe less happy memories. There was
me and you had a good one.
We
You, Allison, and I went into town.
Yes, that was really fun.
We had David Lees with us in the first part of that trip when we stopped at some road, I don't know, roadhouse, a fish fry or something.
Stopped at a fish fry, yeah.
And you and we started drinking right then.
Yes, that was Super Bowl Sunday. We
Yes,
started
it
early
was.
in the
And I'm
morning.
saying, let's go into town. And Dave was like, oh, I don't really think, I said, well, I'm going to town. Me, you, and Monica went down, and we started drinking those gigantic, whatever they were, hurricanes or something. And
then it was that early that there was a Sunday. I don't know if you remember, there was a Sunday service.
Yes.
And the women came out, and they just looked stunningly
Oh, my
beautiful.
God, all those colorful outfits that they had. Yeah, we were just walking around like three drunks. And,
Yes, and they were so nice. It was so we were like, oh my God, they look so. And we were drunk, but they did look beautiful, and they look so beautiful. And then we had the nerve to go up to them. Excuse me, we just wanted to say you look so pretty. And they're like, would you like your picture with us?
Yeah. They were all into it. Yeah.
Yes. They were so thrilled, and they did look great.
That was really cool.
Better in the Bahamas, is it really though?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a challenge, Ed, when we write this, because every episode ends with a wedding photographer being killed. So
Absolutely.
Somehow, yeah.
Photographer or wedding planner.
right. So maybe one comes on
But
the
I
trip
think what
with
would be even more satisfying is that's an after credit scene. So you have the end credits, and then right after the end credits, you see the. All right, so I'll get these developed, even though everything's digital now.
It would be a wedding that was taking place that didn't have anything to do with us.
It's just like
she slips on Dennis's vomit, and then
you see like the shadow, the silhouette is unmistakably Dennis, and you just see like a mic stand. Oh my God. But I was saying, even though everything's digital, the guy has to be like, I'll get these developed and we'll see how these turn out. That was another great wedding. Especially when I stopped the band to take that big group photo and totally killed the vibe of the dance
You guys
set.
had the
And
whole
you
dance floor
You just
packed
see the shadow and the silhouette and the swinging of the mic stand.
hey,
You don't have to see anything. You just
And you hear that dun 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 dun, or
and not to beat up on wedding photographers. When did they stop getting dressed for weddings?
Oh, I know. I know
seriously.
what you mean. Yeah.
They wear whatever they want. I'm waiting for someone to come in their pajamas. I mean,
Right.
Converse high tops.
all right, that's Chico's Vibe in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Which I think can get us to, Matt. Maybe our feature segment for this go around. It's a surprise segment from producer Matt Kelly.
All
right?
right. Yeah, here we are.
And I think I gave you guys a little bit of a hint of what my understanding of this segment is. But Matt, perhaps you can take over and just explain a little more and then
excited.
get us going.
So this is a little bit like the Love It or Leave It type vibe. So I have found a couple, we'll say, unique covers of songs that are in your usual set list.
Oh.
And I'll play you some clips.
Oh, please.
And you guys let me know, hey, I was into that. I kind of hated that. We should replace the way that we do it and take over, like steal their style. So,
Right.
Well, wait, Parky, what was our thing? Love it, hate it? What was
Love it, keep it.
Love it, keep it trashy.
Trash.
love it, keep it trashed. So we'll kind of combine the two of them.
All right.
But I'm not even going to tell you what the song is. I'll just hit play. You can figure out what they're covering.
Wow, this
So here
is
we go.
something good.
All right, here we go. Here's the first one.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, I get the...
Trash heavy.
I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day.
I kind of dig it.
I kind of like it.
That was by the California ska band Goldfinger doing "I Love You More Today Than Yesterday." Here's the next one.
Yes.
Yes!
Where I began, I can begin.
Absolutely!
Well, then I know that it's going strong.
Ramon.
Wasn't a spring.
No, it's not Joey.
Who'd have believed that you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline,
I love it. That's definitely it. I can't wait till people ask for Sweet Caroline.
We're doing it just like that. The next time somebody requests
Send it to Yadish.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
That was
So
good.
that was Me First and the Gimme Gimmes doing their cover of Sweet
Oh
Caroline.
my God, it was so good. How do we throw McKeever in there?
All right, here's option number 3.
Oh, this is cool.
Ooh.
Oh, it's cool.
Those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. But someone picked you from the
Thumbs up from me.
Was all it took. And
to figure
now
who it
it's
is.
much too late for me to
Take a second look.
So, oh, baby, give me one
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Show you that look.
Say,
We still have to do the background.
please let me.
Back in your heart.
Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go.
That was good,
good.
man.
Yeah, that was
who's
cool.
That?
That is a YouTube group called the Scary Pockets that do funk versions of popular songs.
That was really
That
cool.
was cool.
That was cool.
I
That's a
think
keeper.
I think people would hate it. But
Yes, we would
Yeah.
like it. Yeah. Ed, wait. Ed's got a look. Did you like that or not?
No,
You
I did. I did like it.
Yeah,
but
I liked it too.
You can't
like-
dance to it.
No.
Yeah,
Right,
good
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
definitely took the danceability out of it.
yeah.
I'm gonna predict.
Not really, man. Come on, I was grooving.
Dennis is
to it.
dancing.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict this is the least favorite of the 8 songs that I have. So here we go.
He doesn't even get the words right.
That's the wrong lyric.
I'm kind of indifferent on this. I mean, you're comparing it to Chicago.
You know, this to me, this would be something I would enjoy to see the band do it live, but I wouldn't. Let's go and listen to it.
It's like that really heavy rhythm section, guitar, bass thing.
So that's actually a 2-piece band called Local H. So it's a drummer and a guy who rigs his guitar so that he can play the bass and guitar licks
At the same time.
simultaneously.
It's kind of like Matt Bohinski.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's playing the bass
Matty
line
Bo.
with his finger and then
It's a
doing
Matty
the
Bo
leads
show.
with the like finger tap in the leads.
And he
at the
could
same
do all the
time.
vocals all together at once.
First of all, I didn't mind it, but
It was
I'm-
close to
Yeah.
as far as the feel with the
Yeah.
guitar and everything
Yeah.
with the original. So
Yeah, I didn't dislike.
I give it a
Yeah.
3.
I didn't dislike. I'm giving it a middle.
I'm gonna
whatever
say
the middle
Like a
rating
2.5
is.
out
Trash
of
it.
5, say.
I'm gonna say trash it.
All right, here's the next one. That was Local H was the name of that band. All right, here's the next one.
I feel like it's a
Trash it.
I feel like it's a store sale opening Memorial Day weekend. Get all your summer needs down here at JC Penney's. Hold your tops for girls. Nights and boats.
I feel like I'm waiting on the elevator.
Is that Kylie
I'm
Minogue?
in the elevator. Second floor.
Is that Kylie Minogue?
No, so that was Cisco featuring Vitamin C.
Vitamin C. Oh
Vitamin
my God.
C.
All right, here's the next one.
Oh my God!
I know who would love this.
Wow.
John.
All right, this is blasphemy.
It'd be like at the 5 spot. This is how you would
Wow.
play it at the
Is
5
that,
spot. Yeah.
Is this? It's not postmodern jukebox.
This is
it?
postmodern
Yeah,
jukebox.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I
some
just
of
see
the stuff.
zoot suits, you know.
I want to apologize to David Page and Steve Lukather for that version of the song.
But they can have that in the background of an old gangster movie.
Yes.
Listen, see, we're going to run out of town because this ain't the place for you, see?
I love that
buddy,
bass line that starts.
why do
the
you get off
song.
talking to me like that? Don't you know I'm the boss? You're the boss of nothing.
It's
That's what I'm
curtains
telling
for
you.
you.
Yes.
Curtains.
One for you. 1, 2 for me.
All right, we
Two
got-
for you.
We
You got to
got
get
two.
cement galoshes.
We got 2 more. Here's the next one.
2.
This is it.
Worst of
This is it.
I love it.
This is it.
We're keeping this.
I love it.
Build me a buttercup, don't break my.
Oh man. I think every band that sounds like that is the Ramones. I know it's not.
Nah.
They were a band called the Goops that only had that cover for the Mallrats soundtrack. That
Oh my goodness.
Be fun to play the song at that
That's a
time.
great
I
cover.
kinda
Works
like
it.
that.
I like that tempo.
It'd be kind of neat to,
Yeah.
to do
Joe.
that one time. See how it goes over.
All right,
You know
here-
what? Tomorrow night at St. Dennis. We're doing
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And we won't tell the other guys in the band. Just
No.
start playing that and see if they catch on.
Oh, is that the gig Matt's on? Is he on?
No,
tomorrow?
that's Sunday.
Oh, it'd be great if Matt
I
was
like
on.
to it.
The hell you guys doing?
Like somebody said to Ed, Matt's been on a lot of gigs lately, and Ed goes, he's just confused.
I said, yeah, Matt, are you still, is he back in the band yet or what?
Just confused.
All right, and this is the last one. It's the deepest cut. It's a very rare song. Not many people have ever heard this cover. So here we go.
Oh my God, Dennis! My headphones are like, foof, foof.
I love it, baby.
Let me break it down with a little R&B shit for you here. Hold up. Shh. Quiet.
Let me just quiet.
Oh,
It just fades out. It just fades out.
Did he say this is my cadenza?
It was so rapid fire. It's like,
I miss that so much. Remember one girl came up to me, it was at a wedding or something, and he does a thing. She goes, "You ruined the song!" And then another woman walked up there, I think at 23 East, and said, "You're a disgrace to white boys."
That's when he
everywhere."
would rap. There was
Yeah.
what song did he rap?
That was
Getting jiggy with
Getting
it.
Jiggy
Jiggy
with
with
it.
it.
and he would pull his sock up over his jeans.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one sock.
Did anybody ever ask him? What we just listened to? Do you practice that? I mean, do you have to know what you're gonna do? I don't know.
Oh man.
Very,
He also
very Tiny
invented-
Tim inspired.
He also invented the get up on the ladder and direct Gabby at the end of scenes from an Italian.
Yeah, we haven't done that. As we've reached our elder years, nobody gets up on the
Here we
ladder.
go.
Yeah.
I started off when he was first in the band. I hated him. I wanted to kill him. I beat his ass. I was pissed at Matt for getting him in the band. And by the end there, I freaking loved him.
I mean, he's he is who he is, but his arranging was unbelievably good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Really, really good.
that was good.
Of course, I don't know if we said
We
it, but
didn't
it's
say it.
Mike Jarose.
Mike Jarose.
That's Mike Jerome.
Original
Was in
member
the
of
band.
Chico's
Yeah,
Vibe,
he was
right?
the original trumpet
Original
player.
member. I thought you were going to play Sid Vicious's version of My Way.
We've got to save some of these for
yes,
if
we
you're
got
going
it.
to bring it back one day.
Future episodes.
When I might have said to Ed that one time. We got 3 or 4 left at least, and I think Sue got mad that I was even
My wife
hinting
Sue.
that we didn't have many more episodes. So we got to save
It's
stuff.
my favorite night of the month.
So that Mike Gerose leads us directly to this month's song from the set list, which is "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You."
Good
It's actually-
segue.
yeah, so it's a song that looms large, I think, in the Chico's Vibe ongoing playlist. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. It's by Frankie Valli. It's actually just
His
Frankie
by
Valli.
himself,
Frankie
yes.
Valli in the Four Seasons. It was released in
But
19...
wasn't it written by Gaudio?
Why do I even write the
yeah.
notes? Yes, Dennis.
Go ahead.
It was released in 1967, but yes, despite the fact that it's just Frankie Valli as a solo artist, it was written by a member of the Four Seasons, Bob Gaudio, who also wrote a bunch of other Four Seasons songs. He wrote Sherry, he wrote Big Girls Don't Cry, Walk Like a Man, and yes, he wrote Oh What a Night. The song was reached number 2 on the Billboard charts in 1967. Frankie Valli would later have 2 number 1s in the 1970s. Oh, I'm wondering if you guys know.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah.
The theme.
My eyes adored you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the number 1. So no, Oh What a Night was actually Four Seasons.
Oh,
Yeah.
so just Frankie Valli.
Was it the Grease song?
Frankie Valli's a solo artist. Yes, Grease was the other number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and for the year 1967, it was the number 10 song for the year 1967. I feel like when we did the Monkees that we may have reviewed, the 1967 Hot 100, I listened to the podcast and I didn't hear it, but I might have missed it. But anyway, I thought it's a great year, so I thought I would review the top 10
Yeah.
for 1967. To Sir with Love was the number 1 song.
Which we just did somewhere.
Yeah, the top 10 for
My,
67 is
Back
littered.
in October for Mike St. Hilarious' daughter's wedding.
Got it, right.
Yeah.
The top 10 is littered with Chico's Vibe favorites. So number 2 is The Letter, but by the Box Tops.
Okay.
Number 3 is Ode to Billy Joel.
Oh, me
Billy
and Doc
Joe.
do that.
Yeah, but Bobby Gentry.
Bobby Gentry, yeah.
And then number 4 was Windy. by the
Cool.
Association.
Association.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Great
yeah.
song.
I don't know that one.
Who's walking down
That's
the
it.
street?
Darling and everybody.
Somebody she sees.
Never heard
play
that.
that for you.
No, no.
Everyone knows it's Windy.
Was anybody in this room born alive at that time?
The 2 of us.
I see. I wasn't born yet.
67.
66.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I was 12.
That might be why.
I was
know it.
1.
I was 4.
I was in St.
I might have been
Dennis.
8 months at the
You were
time.
singing Irish songs at St. Dennis.
Yeah, always Irish songs at St. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I was 1974, so I wasn't until later.
Okay.
But you know what? All those Irish songs that I learned at St. Dennis,
Yeah.
they paid off for the priests.
They
last year.
did. Number 6 was Light My Fire
That was only number
Wait.
6
for the year. And that's big. Top 10 for the year. Yeah.
Sir with Love
So
beat
it
out.
was
Wow.
it
Yeah.
was 67, so it had to be the Doors.
Would
Yeah,
they,
67
would they play
yes.
it in its entirety on the radio?
Oh, it could have been Jose Feliciano.
That's
Yeah, they
right.
did have a
Doors.
would they cut it?
AM version.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
they probably
a
could.
little aside about that song, it's like, I wasn't playing in bands yet or anything, but I knew some guys like Michael Cimbello and a couple older guys that loved Light My Fire because it offered them like extended areas to play
Oh, yeah,
solos.
yeah.
Like Inagata DeVita was already out, but who the hell wanted to do that dopey thing? But when Light My Fire came out, you had the keyboard thing, you had the guitar, and those guys loved it for that
We could
reason.
do that tomorrow night at St. Dennis and
Light My Fire.
kill a whole set.
Maybe 30 minutes worth. Father Gallagher will love it.
Excellent. Number 7 was Something Stupid.
Oh,
Sinatra's.
great
We do
song.
that one. Eh?
Frank
Great
and Nancy.
song.
Yeah. Happy Together was number 8.
Okay.
Groovin' was number 9.
Ah, who did that?
Do we do that?
The Young Rascals.
Moving.
On a song.
No,
Me
we
and
never
Doc do
did.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, I always get that mixed. I always just think it's
We
the
do the
Turtles,
other
but-
one.
What's that?
do
It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
What's
They
the
were a
groove?
great
I don't-
band. They
wait,
had lots
Could
and
sing
lots
the
of good
groovin'
hits.
one? I don't know that one.
Groovin'
On a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Grooving.
But yeah, so that's the top 10 for 67. Great year. The Can't Take My Eyes Off You. I always say Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, but there's no of in the title.
Off You.
Can't take my eyes off you.
Yes. It's become an iconic song over the years. It's been featured in a number of movies. I just remember seeing in theaters The Deer Hunter. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, yeah. That was huge in the Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
That like bang that song
Yeah.
right back.
That was at the wedding, the big wedding
Yes,
scene, I think.
yeah.
No.
Oh, no, it was in a bar
It was
before
in
the
the
in a
bar.
bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wedding scene was like the guy gets up and starts singing Blue Moon. And you see, you see all the buddies, De Niro, and they just jerk off have to sing this song.
Oh, man. But it was in Bridget Jones' Diary. I have a vague recollection of that scene. Of course, it was also in Favorite of Dennis Chiquino's, the musical and the movie Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys.
Oh, yes.
Right? And then...
Man, you
I was
going
to say, wasn't that the song that kind of revived Frankie Valli's career?
Yes.
Because it was like, I know his daughter
like-
his daughter overdosed on drugs or committed suicide
Oh,
or something
yes.
like that. And that's why he wrote My Eyes
My Eyes
Adored You.
Adore You.
Oh, wow.
Because he wrote
I
it for
didn't know
her.
that.
Well, that was all part of the show.
Yeah,
the
it was
movie.
all part of the show and the movie. But I remember that because I remember in the movie when they started, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, the lights go on. It's like from
Yes, yeah.
behind the stage. Like you're behind Frankie Valli.
That's cool.
And, and that was the revival
Yeah,
of his
because
career.
he had sort of suffered the British invasion, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as far as they tried to point out in the movie, none of like the A&R or record companies wanted it.
No.
They're like, it was too weird.
That's,
What is
yeah,
this
reading up, that's
too-
what the
with
songwriter
this weird
says.
thing you got going
Said
on.
there was some radio station in
Yeah.
Canada
Yeah.
that first
Yeah.
started to play it.
Yeah.
They used it as a wake-up song for the shuttle in space, too, NASA.
Oh, that's cool.
Would they start the morning shift with a
It
song.
starts off mellow and kicks ass. Yeah.
And I guess what it means too, like as mission control, we're never going to take our eyes
Yeah,
off of you.
can't take
because-
my
Oh, look at that, Ed.
Yeah.
Good point,
Think of
Ed.
that.
You know,
And then if for our podcast listeners who haven't seen it, it's a movie version that's, I think, going to inspire Chico's Vibe at Rose Tree Park this year. And that's the version by Denise Richards.
Oh my God, was that
Amazing.
From the
Was that her?
yes,
Denise
my
Richards.
Lord.
from the
Oh, my.
movie Drop Dead Gorgeous, Denise Richards and her Jesus on Wheels.
Look it up, folks.
it'll change your
It's
life.
gold.
Unless you
It's
want to be
gold.
surprised
Let
at
me put
Rose
it
Tree.
this way: look it up, unless you're a devout Catholic, and you're gonna get like really, really mad at things like that. But she walks off like, oh my God!
Oh man,
Anyway, but that's sort of the history of the song. The song itself, I think, has a great structure. 'Cause
Wait, you know what you didn't mention?
no,
My favorite part of the song, and this doesn't happen every time we do it,
the horns.
but when Gebby gets inspired, he grabs the wireless.
doing it yet.
Wait, you got it in
Yeah,
there?
it's all part of the script.
I was talking about the history of the song.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Continue.
Go ahead. No.
Well, you don't give me the syllabus to,
Well,
to,
it's
you know.
because it's supposed to be spontaneous.
Yes.
Well, I was spontaneous.
Ladies and gentlemen, I threw my notes to the ground. Go ahead.
Just like Chico and Gebby broke up last night.
That's right. This is
Oh
the
my
end of the podcast.
No, go
My
ahead.
favorite part of last night is Ed and I played horns on the song. And Dennis goes, I love the horns on a Chico and Gebby gig. It's too bad we don't play together anymore.
And meanwhile, Gabby's like, "Look at you, you're a mess. You got cake all over the board. I'll plug it in." And then we're on the side like, "Oh, hey, how's your night?"
I love Sue Gillespie rolling me out that hospital table so I can put my.
You
board
said
on
I'm taking this home. You
Yeah,
said-
well, she said, well, Dan, I'll get you a better one. I'll bring it home for us. I said, yeah, absolutely. Better one. Yeah, sure. All right, John, where are we now? I'm
go ahead.
lost.
I was just talking about the.
I'm drunk. I'm lost. Well,
We could change the name of the podcast.
Drunk
Matt.
and Lost.
Chico's
Drunk and
Vibe,
Lost.
Drunk
am I
and
doing a
Lost.
Gebby story or you have it in the
Not
itinerary?
necessarily. No, I don't have that specifically written down.
Well, you see.
I think he was getting to us
Us.
performing the
saying
song.
the song's got a great structure.
Yeah.
Because it starts with that wistful beginning. It's got
Yeah.
the horn like interlude,
Right.
the bridge, and then this chorus that everybody knows and everybody sings along. And it's
Right.
like a celebration chorus.
And it's a great intro too, because you got like an F sharp major chord with
Yeah,
E in the bass.
I gotta look at Gabby every time.
With E in the bass, just
we didn't bring the
pedaling
keyboard
E.
this time
Yeah,
around.
I should show you, but it's just interesting. Like that's how the song would start. you know.
Cool.
But anyway, go ahead.
No, it's an awesome song. But then I think in terms of performance, a lot of times we talk about what songs we did before, what songs came from Holy. This is a Chico's Vibe song.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember playing it in a band before. So who came up with the idea to do the song? And you guys, when we do it,
I don't know if I did or not.
when we do it, it's Chico and Gabby shared vocals, which I think is also a neat feature of the song.
I think we had to learn
wedding?
it.
I think
Yeah,
so,
for a
too,
wedding.
yeah.
Oh,
But it was early Chico's Vibe. I
Yeah.
think because
Yeah.
you hear Giroux singing it,
Yeah.
back in.
I think it was
Yeah.
like a first dance at a wedding.
okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, because you guys were doing it when Ed and I joined the band, as people probably heard on prior podcasts, at the same time. We were first rehearsal. We both it was our first rehearsal.
Right.
But I remember rehearsing this, and the song has that trombone, but it, and I couldn't get it. And I remember Matt just looking at me like,
Because we had
and then
kicked
that one
out.
makes it worse,
We kicked out his trombone choice,
Yes.
which was a smart move on our part because we got you.
It's
So-
a bright key on the horns too, because it's all the sharps.
Yeah, it's
So
Oh,
it's
yeah, that's
it's so
E major. So,
So
yeah,
it's-
you guys are an F sharp. It's a tough
it's not
key.
a key that
Yeah.
you find that you play in often on,
Right.
Okay.
on the saxophone. So
Right.
so it's like really bright.
It's a lot of sharps.
And then the song eventually, I don't know when it started, but it's a lot of times it's our next to last song.
Yeah.
It's the preparation for the end of the evening. It's a great song for that because it kind of, the audience is at the point where they've maybe a little bit been danced out,
Right.
but they're still in the celebration mode, and that song's great for that. When
That's
Dennis, you're the
thinking, John.
genius of the set list. When did you first think to put that at that spot?
Probably when I was like 12. I don't know. I think a lot of stuff just happened spontaneously. When I write a set, I'll put this in, and then it works so well.
It's kind of like Mozart writing the.
There's
Yeah,
no
but
erase-
it just
no
worked out
corrections.
so well as like second to the last, right before Silly Love Songs. I said, "Oh, this is a keeper." That's why, I run around Sue into, what a night. I know when these guys write the sets, they don't like doing that, but it's like a perfect pairing because it's just run around Sue, which I used to like and I hate because I've sang it so many times over the years, but it just. People flock to the dance floor as soon as they hear that first part. They come running out. And oh, what a night. It's got that groove. People love that too. And they dig when you guys do your horn thing. You see
still
people out
like
there
it.
trying to copy and they're doing it wrong and all that stuff. It's just like things happen and you notice on a gig that works with that. Oh, this works and this doesn't. And that's how I came up with my set writing.
Excellent. So when did you first get up and sing solo? And what came first? Gabby doing it or Jerose
I don't know. Giroux
stealing
was
it?
first.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought Gabby, with his family, would have been the first. That
Nah.
would have inspired Jerose.
No. Giroux.
Or Gabby, maybe you were like, "That's exactly what I'm not going to be."
Yes!
Is what he's doing right there.
Exactly.
Could have been like the reverse psychology.
Well, so people, when Jerose did it, people were stunned and horrified. And we all laughed.
Shocked.
Yes. When Gabby does it, people, they love it. They're like, oh, there he goes. And, he's over there now.
It's like the coolest thing. Gabby grabs the wireless and walks out. If his mom's there, he's going to go right up to
to his
her,
mom, yeah.
But sometimes you go up to the bride and groom if he knows them or somebody in the crowd.
Well,
Like
I
you
do
did it with
remember-
Bob Higgins a couple times.
Yeah, I do remember one wedding where What's the place down in the old? It was the MTV
Oh,
place in the
yeah.
city.
That's how I
Oh.
know it. Yeah.
Called,
I can't remember.
It was called Fuel for a while.
Yeah,
Down on
whatever.
Arch Street, yeah.
But I remember we were doing it there, and there was the upstairs balcony, and I took the mic like right in the beginning, so where we're at the ban, so I had time.
Yeah.
And I ran up the stairs, like so nobody knew where I went. I ran up the stairs, and I was at the top of the balcony, and I start singing the chorus, and everybody's like looking around. Well, now I'm starting to run out of gas because I'm like, I love you, baby.
Yeah.
If it's quiet, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get my breath. I'm like, this was a mistake. It's like in my head, I heard you go, uh-oh.
I never lived that down. And I swear I didn't mean it. Oh, man.
But yeah, it was just,
It's great
I think
stuff.
it was just spontaneous one gig or something.
Cool. Yeah, great stuff. Great song. Any other memories about that song that you guys can think of? That
One thing I could think of is sometimes it's a first dance. And I'm all thrown off because it's the end of the when that song happens, it's the end of the night. And I just remember it being the first dance, and I'm like, God, here we are already at the third. Oh no!
But that's this month's song from the set list. It really is a Chico's Vibe classic. I mean, I think it's a great song, and I think we bring our own spin, our own. Spin's not the right word. We make it our own.
We also extend on the second chorus.
Yes.
That horn thing is extended.
Twice as long.
Than it is on the recording. That was us.
That's right.
We did that.
That was Giroux's.
Yes. Yeah. No, good stuff. So
Next.
Print it, cut it.
So that means we have to pick next month's song from the set list.
Oh, shit.
So somebody pick a song, a classic,
A classic.
Chico's Vibe song.
All right, I'm going to pick Run Around Sue just because I hate it so much. Where it came from, and, it's been a staple since the very first day of Chico's Vibe.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And there's a little story to how the horns are all over the place on that. Not all over the place, but how there's a lot of horns in the song that aren't in the
original. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that was Giroux's writing something on the way to a gig
You're
or
right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like on
telling
paper
him, say,
or a napkin or something.
Might put some horns in there.
The craziest was the Give It To Me a chart, and that was written on like a shredded piece of like orange.
Yes!
and it just got more damaged after each gig, and we didn't do it all the time, so it wasn't something that we had like under like super muscle memory, and then we'd be like, oh no, they're gonna do it. And you pull out this thing, it looked like
and then like the lights in the place are dim, and it's like,
You can't read it, right?
and he wrote a Giroux's hard riff.
it was
and
like,
I'm it's not even close to the original.
quick, and it was crazy, and all my harmonies were like,
Speaking of that, when Dennis writes the set list, if there's certain songs that the client picked, he'd put them in red.
Okay, yeah.
Set list.
Oh,
And George would have those rotating lights. And I just remember like looking at the set list, and all of a sudden songs would disappear. I'm like, wow, what the heck's going on?
Oh my god.
oh
Man.
gosh.
All right, we got it. Run around Sue. So to cap off, we usually finish up by talking about a song that we recently heard, that we know that we like, that we might want to do as part of Chico's Vibe.
I really want to do Hell by Squirrel Nut Zippers. And maybe even
That's
maybe
been a
even
long
sing it.
time Ed Mount favorite.
What's the song?
It's in the afterlife. You get you
Oh,
can
yeah,
play
you
for
let
it.
me
We would totally. It'd be like a good first set. I
That's
played
what-
it with Matt's machine, and the place went crazy both times. It was a good crowd pleaser.
What? Play with Matt's machine?
I don't want to hear about other bands.
All right.
I like those guys. Man.
No, they. Yeah.
Trash it.
Would you sing it, Ed? Who would be the vocalist on this
Ed
one?
wants to sing it. Yes.
Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to be. And the whole band goes, in the afterlife, you could be heading for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay.
This is the happiest you've been all podcast.
Look
at him.
I feel like Ed has performed this over and over again in his bedroom. In front of the mirror. I think I could do
in my Darth Vader
I
helmet.
could step like this.
I won't lie. Anytime I hear that song, I'm like, what scenario can I get Chico's Vibe to learn this song and let me sing lead on it? Because
see?
that damnation part where they just spell it, the D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I-O-N.
Lose your faith. Lose
You
your
got
name.
it, Matt.
No,
you
that's
come out
my
with-
song.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
good
that's
at
the
that.
best part.
It's your song.
About 30
But if
seconds
Matt
ago, he was
comes
like,
out-
"No, we're not doing this." And then it's like,
No, I'm digging that. Ed always picks good
"Oh,
songs.
Matt, you can do it."
Let me put it this way. Ed always picks songs I don't necessarily like, but they work. All the
Thanks,
stuff he
brother.
picks.
Thanks, bro.
I'm serious.
I'm gonna go back.
You know, even like My Funny Valentine. It's big. Oh, we played it up at the Knights of Columbus that time with your friend.
And then you're like, who gets on stage and picks that? That's what he says as she's coming off the stage. Who gets on stage and picks that?
It always reminds me. There's a Howard Stern version of Sinatra doing it, but Sinatra, as he's going into dementia, he's like, "My funny turpentine." It's like,
All right, John, let's go.
Next, well, who's picking next? Oh, you picked.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm
Geb?
picking Larry Kirshner's Old Friends. Mike Liney's going to like that.
I have two, but I think I'm leaning towards this one because Matt just performed with this group over the weekend, this past weekend. Eminence Front.
I love that song.
That's a good song.
We did that one time.
We did. We did it once.
Yeah, we did it once.
It was only for introductions or something.
Oh, right.
Why do you want to do that of all the Who songs?
Why you got a question? This whole segment is just.
Hey, he gave my song to your cousin. I mean,
I know.
Your nephew.
You're not the boss of me.
Oh my God. So wait. Well.
Oh, I like the song. I'm just wondering, like, all those great Who songs. I think we should fix up the end of Teenage Wasteland, Baba O'Reilly, so we can do the song.
That would be good.
You know? Yadish was, I
I'm
could
on
see he was
board.
learning that violin part the last time we played it down at the Windrift, but, these guys, and the fuck.
What do we? What? Why are we to blame?
Not you.
Not him
Gabby
either.
and whoever's on bass and drums.
Okay, yeah, drink up.
It's the truth, Gabby. You know it.
Oh man. All right. So
keep going.
I'll pick a Who song for you. See if you like it. You ever hear the song 515?
Yeah.
That would be a fun horn song. It would never work anywhere. But
No, we're
it
not
would-
doing that.
Yeah.
So pick another one.
A Who song or any song?
Who? No,
That's the one. Yeah.
How about The Real Me?
Whoa, I used to do that in Big Daddy Band.
Yeah, it would never work.
Ah.
Oh,
Nobody
You Better
cares.
You Bet. That would be
Well, that
cool.
would be a good one.
Yeah.
Or how about I do a song and then you give it to Matt? Do that.
Hey,
You know,
Matt.
I really like Oingo Boingo, so I'm happy to sing lead on
yeah.
any of those.
You
Matt.
son of a...
Matt, by any chance, do you know Green Eyes?
You son of a.
That would have been great last night.
I'm a big fan of feeling stronger every day. Chicago.
Last night, Ed starts to sing Bad Bad to Leroy Brown for the Priest, and Matt comes...
I love this tune. I play saxophone too. Like, shut up.
Oh, man. Well, I think that about gets us to the end.
Yeah, but I'm not done talking, so you guys can go.
Bonus
but-
material.
Matt, just let it run. You could go to bed. He'll just stay up here and talk.
I feel like it'll be like the end. the end of Airplane.
Indefinitely.
Remember at the end of Airplane after he lands the
You have
airplane?
trouble falling asleep at night, folks?
And he's still talking Christmas. What does it even mean? Not guys like us, men like us, real men. You know what I'm talking about? And the cockpit's empty. You know?
I got to go home and watch that now. Anyway, let's just, I just want to say thank you to producer Matt, man. He's here
Great segment, producer Matt today. Yeah.
every month, and he does a great job. And to John Parkinson for coming up.
But
Great ideas.
Hey, producer Matt, you want to plug any other of your podcasts?
I mean, if anyone wants to start a podcast, they can hit me up at weknowpodcasting.com, and I can help them out with that. But I got a couple, I guess. One hit, the ones that listeners of this show might enjoy would be One Hit Thunder. Every week we break down a one-hit wonder and decide if they were a one-hit blunder or if they brought the one-hit thunder.
That's a great idea.
And then there's a Weird Algorithm where myself and the bassist from Wheatus break down every song in Weird Al's discography to decide what his best song
Ed
was.
Mount has already subscribed to that. That's pretty awesome.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, so check those out.
Yeah.
And folks, let me just tell you, he's not the cheapest, but that's because he's the best.
That's right.
He uses copper.
Oh, man. That's a wrap. Episode 10 of the
Yeah.
podcast. Excellent.
We have guests tonight? No. Good. I hate those guests.